Hey guys, Zola here, back again with another review, and today we are having a look at the DC Signature Collection Doomsday Unleashed. This was the so-called final, and I quote, final figure in the DC Universe Classics line, at least in terms of Four Horsemen sculpt. Now, this is probably going to go down in history as the most controversial figure in the DC Universe Classics line because it took so freaking long to come out. There was a bunch of hoo-ha going around because we got Containment Suit Doomsday, which we'll compare this one to later, instead of this guy as a Comic-Con exclusive, and then this one was going to be the more expensive one to do, even though it was $5 more when it came out. It's really, really confusing. And then there was the whole port strike thing, which kept people from getting their figures last year, and they just got them recently, like last week before. So when people started getting them in the mail, so that's around when I got mine. I actually got mine Friday before Martin Luther King Day, but I didn't pay it off until a Sunday before. So yeah, it's just a big, great mess of crap that took this figure so long to get out. And some people are complaining that he doesn't have torn pants and... There's my finger. There it is. Torn pants and shoulder spikes and the works. But, you know, we could have not had it at all if you ever thought about that. So I think it's pretty freaking good for what it is. So yeah, he does come with one accessory, and I would have rather had probably the shoulder spikes more so than the torn pants instead of this. It's just a shredded Superman cape. I'm probably just gonna chuck that in a bag. I don't plan on displaying that with him. And now you got Doomsday all amped up and stuff. Now, rumor had it that you could not stand this guy without bending his knees. Well, I have proven that wrong because I was able to do it. How? I'll show you in just a sec here. But I think this is an awesome figure. Well, compared to the DC figures I got for Christmas, those were all, for the most part, generic bodies with some new pieces here and there. This one is completely new. I mean, look at that. Straight, and both feet. I need to show you this. Oh. Bend that up a little bit. And I'm all posed for the picture. I forgot to straighten them out here. There he is. And as you can see, both feet are firmly planted on the floor, or the ground, more or less, or the review station. Okay, there. So as you can see, Doomsday is stable. He ain't falling over like Marvel Select Venom. So we're gonna get this size comparison out of the way. Granted, Containment here is in a bit of a walking pose, so it's going to look a little funny. But they're approximately the same height. At the moment, he's in a walking pose, so he's a little janky in terms of standing right now. So I'm gonna leave him in that pose because I want to take a picture of him like that later with a green screen. But they are the same height. Now the only thing that differs in size is their boxes. Containment suit Doomsday's was, you know, big enough for the figure, and was pretty large in terms of boxes in its own right. Doomsday Unleashed, however, his box is twice the size. That is freaking nuts. I would imagine it has something to do with this giant spike bit on his back, but I'm not going to hold it to that, because I think he would be able to fit in the containment suits box, but I don't know. I haven't tried it. I don't think I'm going to either, because I do believe they're the same width. Nope, it's a little bit wider, probably by like a centimeter and a half, maybe even only half a centimeter, but I'm not getting into that. So articulation on this guy is the same exact thing on Containment Suit Doomsday. He's got the head rotation with the up and down movement that works pretty good. Is that a scuff? No, not really. He's got a swivel in the ponytail. That's the only new piece. Other than that, it's basically the Kilowog buck. Some added parts. He's got the in and out at the shoulders, bicep swivel, hinge elbow, swivel at the wrist, ab crunch, not frozen like burn. He's got a waist twist, T-jointed hips, thigh swivel, hinge knees, and hinge feet. My knee spike over here is a little loose, but it's staying on, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. It just needs to get a little dab of glue, and that's all. Better than getting two right hands, though, right? Oh, that laugh sounded horrible. Either way, Doomsday Unleashed here. I don't think I have a standard 6-inch out right now to compare him to. No, not really. I have a bunch of broken crap and some miscellaneous junk on the other side. But yeah, you pretty much got an idea. A 6-inch figure, from what I've seen, comes up to about here, around his midsection, which is pretty good in terms of height. Now, if you don't like this giant Doomsday, you still feel like forking over $50 for one, try the DC Superheroes. Apparently, that's the one people like more because it's more detailed. It's a little bit more accurate in size, but I don't know. I think he's a little too small. If he were maybe an inch taller than Superman, the DC UC one, which I actually don't have one of those. If he were an inch taller than that, I think he'd be probably the definitive Doomsday, but at where it stands, as it stands, this is the one people are going to use. Granted, it's freaking huge compared to some of the other DC figures. Now, obviously, it's not the biggest figure in the world, but it's pretty big compared to, say, other Collecting Connects. It's probably the biggest DC Collecting Connect in terms of girth and weight. Yeah, I mean, it's on the biggest body. I don't know how tall the Giganta figure is, but I would imagine she's about 9 inches, which is probably where this guy's at. So, you know, pick your poison, I guess. But I'm going to give this guy a 10 out of 10. I don't have a problem with it. Yeah, he could have had little shoulder spikes and the torn pants, I know, but I don't mind the head either. That's another problem people had, was this giant seam, but I don't know, that doesn't bug me too much. My eyesight ain't as good as yours, probably, so that's probably why. But I don't mind it, because it would have been better than just getting the solid head sculpt. Because you can't paint the tongue or the eyes. I would have rather have had the extra detail than have the face not look like a semi-Halloween mask. And you know what? I don't think it does. I think it's just people knocking it because they got upset and sick and tired waiting for the dang thing. Then another thing, all these little spike bits are rubber except the ones that are sculpted on. So yeah, they feel pretty secure except for my one knee spike. So yeah, I just have to get that glued on, and yeah, like I said before, 10 out of 10. I have no problems with this. Mine came perfect. It just lacked glue on one knee, so I have nothing to complain about. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Stay tuned for some more action figure goodness, maybe some Spawn reviews coming up, and until next time, catch you guys later.